Okay, so something just happened to me and I'm going to share it with you because I did something for the first time that I haven't done. I believe I haven't done. So I wanted to come and share it with you. So I was on a call with someone, right? And it was that normal pushback, that normal like tension. And I was like, okay, because remember I told you this retrograde has been kicking my ass, but I just like I'm like no, I'm not going to give bullshit any energy, So I was like, okay, I'm out. Have a good day. I'm off, and I got off the phone, right? But when I got off the phone, I was so angry. I was so angry. I was like, ugh, what the and I was all that. And this time I caught it, which was great. I paused and I was just like, what's the lesson? Why am I angry? Right? Why am I angry? Because I don't really care about this person. So, and I started to muscle test. Remember, I taught you to muscle test. So I started muscle testing and I'm like, am I angry because I feel offended? And it was like, no. Am I angry because what did I say? Am I angry because I expected better? No. Am I angry because I secretly want to be friends with this person? No. Am I angry because it wasn't right? No. And I was like, and I kept getting no, 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 right? And then I was just like, bitch, you're an empath. And I was like, yeah. It's like I heard it from behind me, bitch, you're an empath. And I'm like, does this not belong to me? And they're like, yes, this does not belong to you. And I was sitting there going, oh, damn, why didn't I notice this before? Because what usually happens with me, especially in my past marriage that I got out of, every time I would come to the person, I always come to people with peace. There's no malice. I got too much shit to do. I don't have enough time to be an evil person. I don't have the time for it. I really don't. I don't have the time for it. So it's like being evil is not, or being vindictive, or being, that's not even in my cipher because I got shit to do. I got stuff to do. So anytime I come to someone with either a concern or something I'm not happy with, I'm coming for a resolution. I'm not coming to belittle you. I'm not coming to make you feel like a horrible person. I'm not coming to make myself feel important. No, I already know I'm important. So that's not what's happening. What's happening is I need to seek a resolution and I need to seek peace. So that's how I come to people. Even when people come to me, that's the first thing I'm like, depending on what goes on and how you do it, like, if you come up and just start trying to swing on me, that'd be crazy. But if you come to me and you're like, hey, Keisha, can I talk to you for a second? I'd be like, okay, what's up? The minute anybody tells me, Keisha, can I talk to you for a second, I always know, okay, what problem do we need to solve? you know and am I the problem? So that's usually what happens when people come to me. But it's like, if you come to me, it's always with peace and love and light. You understand? But what I notice is, for me, that's my mindset. But somewhere in the conversation, I start getting this like aggression, and I start getting this anger, and I start getting this frustration, and it starts to like overtake me sometimes. And what I realized today, and the lesson today, was this doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to you. I'm not saying, because trust me, I am that chick. I I am not a nice person. So there are times that the aggression belongs to me, for whatever triggers, because that was one of the questions I asked. Is this a trigger? And they were like, no. I was like, so is this something I need to clear? And they were like, no. And I was like, damn, if it's not a trigger, it's not something I need to clear. That's when I was like, oh, it's not coming from me. It's coming from that person. And I was just like, oh, okay. And why is this important? This is important, especially for people like me, because you'll be able to regulate your emotions better. Do you understand? And you'll become a lot more emotionally intelligent because you'll know that that's not me who feels this way. You feel this way. You're pissed off for whatever reason. You're having whatever going on in your life. You're in a season of whatever that's going on in your life and you can't handle it. But what's happening is, especially if you're empathic or empathetic, that shit gets on you. It can get on you. And you can feel it. And if you're not careful, you'll believe that what you're feeling belongs to you when it really doesn't. It doesn't belong to you, it belongs to that person. That's why you muscle test. You understand? You muscle test. Did that energy belong to that person? Yes. Did it belong to me? No. Like I said, I don't know how it works. All I know it worked. But that's what it was. And then the minute I realized this is not my shit, it dissipated. I didn't even have to clear it. It literally dissipated. And then I was like, I gotta make a video. So that's what happened. It's like it dissipated. And I was just like, because I don't care either way. When a Scorpio becomes indifferent is one of the worst things ever for whoever they become indifferent with. And I'm also an Aries rising and a Capricorn moon. So my emotions, like what having a Capricorn moon, my emotions is like, what are we doing with this? Like, are we getting something out of this? Is this gonna elevate us in some way? Like, you giving off all this emotion and care and caring and upset about, because it takes a lot of energy to be upset. It takes a whole lot of energy to be upset about stuff, and then to be upset about stuff that really does not concern you. That was the most exhausting thing that I've ever gone through, because it doesn't concern me. Like, you having an attitude or you being upset about something that I don't even understand, that's why am I going to get upset about it? You understand? People tend to treat you either how they feel, what they want to get from someone, or sometimes you fuck around and find out and people treat you they treat you how you deserve. But it's like there's different reasons why people treat you the way they treat you. You understand? And it's like some people treat you well because of how you treat them. I would love those people to come into my life right now. That those people would be amazing. But yeah, so it's like it all depends. But me, I used to take it after today. I used to take all of it like it was coming out of me. And it's not. It's being projected onto me. So that's what I believe is happening. It's like it's a projection. So now I have to make a conscious effort to, when I'm in a discussion or back and forth with someone, that I'm just like, okay, are you upset? Like I need a check-in with myself. Be like, yo, pause. And the thing is, I'll do it and you won't even know I'm doing it. So it's like pause. Are we upset? And then if they say yes, I'm like, okay, are we upset because we're upset, or are we upset because we're absorbing somebody else's shit? It's like those are the questions that, this is why I'm teaching you how to muscle test. This is why I'm teaching you how to muscle test. Dude, girl, my guy, if you know how to muscle test, you can regulate your emotions. You can regulate your own emotions, especially if you're empathic or an empath, that, or whatever it's called, or sensitive, that you feel the atmosphere around you. Because there's times that I'm sitting here, just the other day, I was sitting here and I was just like, why do I feel like this? Why am I nervous? And I'm like, I don't have anything right now in this current situation, past, present, or future, to be nervous about. So I muscle tested and I was like, does this belong to me? And they're like, no. And I'm just like, oh. So then I start asking who it belongs to. Just start naming names. Like, whatever names come to your head, just start naming names. Right. And then they told me who it was. And I was like, oh, do you want me to clear it? And they're like, yeah. So I go in and I clear it for that person. That's what happens. And then it dissipates. Like I said, I don't know how this works, but I do know it works, and that's why I use it. I am not telling you to do something I am not currently doing. I am doing this every day, every almost every second of the day. I'm doing this. You understand? Muscle tests to get yourself more centered because you're checking in with you instead of checking in with everybody else and telling everybody else your fucking business. Check in with yourself. You'd be like, oh my god, what? No, check in with yourself. How do I feel right now? Am I nervous? No. Am I passionate? 100%. I'm passionate. You understand? So the moral of the story is the first thing I that's crazy, needed to do was pause, and I did. So I paused because I got off and I was just like, yo, I was pissed off. When I tell you I was pissed off, I was pissed off. And I was like, yo, why am I so angry about this? This is stupid. This is not something I'm normally upset about. So I was just like, what is this? And that's when I figured out who it belonged to. It didn't belong to me. So I let it go, and I didn't have to clear anything. Sometimes you're going to have to clear it because sometimes it gets so in you that you have to get it and it starts fucking with shit. So you got to like clear it out. Like I said, this is not medical advice. So don't say the pretty Panamanian lady said anything. But I know this helped. Don't forget to practice muscle testing. You got to practice muscle testing. I'm telling you, a whole world is going to unlock for you because it did for me. And like I said, there is nothing I am doing or telling you to do that I am not currently doing. Even my clothes and my jewelry, I wear my shit. You understand what I'm saying? I wear my stuff. This is not mine. I really wish it was, but it goes really well with my outfit. But stay up, stay blessed. I love you. Deuces. And we out.